20 years working for your rights. Yes, that's this year's theme for the United Nations proclaimed Human Rights Day, celebrated today, December 10. Hello and welcome to today's edition of Jamaica Magazine. Today we're here at the Devon House spending some time with our friends from the Salvation Army who are conducting their annual kettle collection. As they spread goodwill and encourage you to do the same, we'll be taking an in-depth look at the issue of human trafficking. Also, parents find out ways to keep your children engaged this festive season. Those and much more. But first, the news. Freedom fighter extraordinaire, a statesman of impeccable character. The Jamaica Information Service salutes the late great Nelson Mandela.
Never again shall the scourge of racial tyranny raise its ugly head.
I learned that courage was not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. The brave man is not he who does not feel afraid, but he who conquers that fear. A good head and a good heart are always a formidable combination. If you talk to a man in a language he understands, that goes to his head. If you talk to him in his language, that goes to his heart.
I have challenged the idea of a democratic and free society in which all nations live together in harmony.
The world has lost a courageous fighter, an enlightened leader, a quintessential statesman. His life will inspire countless generations, and his illustrious legacy will endure.
The Jamaican government, in collaboration with the South African High Commission, will hold a memorial service in celebration of the life of the late former South African President Nelson Mandela on Thursday, December 12 at the UWI chapel starting at 2 p.m. Persons are to be seated by 1:30 p.m.
Good day, I'm Stacey Ann Smith, and this is your JIS News for Tuesday, December 10. Government has received $6.8 billion in budgetary grant support from the European Union EU. Finance Minister Dr. Peter Phillips signed the agreement for the funds with the EU's head of delegation in Jamaica Monday. The money will help to implement various development programs.
It is absolutely critical for us in meeting some of our targets overall with respect to our economic reform program and the extended fund facility.
The disbursements include $1 billion for the Tropical Storm Nicole rehabilitation program, $1.7 billion towards the debt reduction and growth enhancement program, and $4.1 billion for the sugar sector reform program. The grant funds do not add to the country's debt. The long-awaited omnibus legislation, which seeks to create a cohesive regime to govern all tax incentives, was passed in the Senate Friday. Justice Minister Senator Mark Golding said the legislation was the most far-reaching revision of the government's tax incentive regime.
Comprehensive reform of Jamaica's many tax incentive regimes requires the implementation of a more transparently accessible and broad-based competitive tax regime, which can both act as a catalyst for investment and economic growth across all economic sectors, and also be administered in an efficient and effective manner.
4 pieces of legislation are contained in the omnibus tax incentive regime. They are the Stamp Duty Amendment of Schedule Order Resolution 2013, the Customs and Tariffs Revision Amendment Order Resolution 2013, the Income Tax Relief, Large-Scale Projects and Pioneer Industries Act 2013, and the Fiscal Incentives Miscellaneous Provisions Act 2013. They were previously approved in the House of Representatives. Government has joined the rest of the world in celebrating and recognizing Human Rights Day 2013. This year's theme is 20 years working for your rights. Justice Minister Senator Mark Golding says human rights and justice must be the platform on which Jamaica becomes the place of choice to live, work, raise families and do business. His views are shared by Foreign Affairs Minister Senator A.J. Nicholson, who pointed out that as a party to 7 of the 9 core international human rights instruments, Jamaica has an abiding commitment to the promotion and protection of human rights. Patients and staff of the Percy Junior Hospital in Manchester got an early Christmas treat last Thursday when the institution was gifted with hospital equipment and supplies. 2 blood pressure machines, 1 pulse oximeter, 1 coagulator and 1 Eden fetal monitor were among the items donated to the 66-year-old healthcare institution as part of the Governor-General's annual hospital tour. They were donated by the Negril International Hospital. A check for $1.3 million was also handed over by Courts Jamaica. Governor-General Sir Patrick Allen said the occasion was a show of care, concern and partnership with various organizations to bring cheer during the festive season.
The real cost of healthcare cannot be funded solely from government budgetary resources. And so publicly owned and operated hospitals welcome the generosity of friends, individuals and organizations whose support help to supplement their budget and enable them to offer critical services on an ongoing basis.
The Education Ministry has given approval to introduce a 6th form at the Vauxhall High School by next September.
We're going to help your very prudent and frugal school board, yes, so that we can build 10 classrooms for you to come off the ship and have a 6th form by next year.
The Education Minister made the announcement at a recent congratulatory ceremony for the 2014 Rhodes Scholar Timar Fitz-Jackson, who is a past student of the school. And finally, approximately 100 students from schools in the corporate area are set to increase their knowledge of the island's rich heritage after being presented with culture cards. The card will give them free access to the museums and galleries of the Institute of Jamaica, Jamaica Cultural Development Commission JCDC events, and Jambiz Productions.
And one of the things that we realized at the ministry is that if we were going to reset the thing and transform our country, we had to get our young people to understand where you all are coming from and really understand those things that gave us the kind of culture that we have today, that why we're so revered.
The first phase of the program will run for 2 school terms and involve students at St. Andrew Technical and Vauxhall, Papine and Haile Selassie High Schools. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Stacey Ann Smith. Thank you for watching.
Victims of trafficking are now regarded as entitled to the full range of human rights and are no longer perceived to be criminals. That's one of the 20 achievements in human rights, says the United Nations. Today, as we commemorate Human Rights Day, we take a look at some of the red flags in human trafficking and how we can be a part of a solution.
Michelle, what Shana doing now like how she leaves school? Nothing. Son for me every day. But a man promise her job a foreign. Them a look about paperwork and everything, even visa and passport. What she going up there to do? Who she going to stay with? You going to get a number for her that you can contact her? When I ask the man, him says stop her myself. I don't like the sound of this, Michelle. Might not take them one, take away your picnic. If I hear about human trafficking? Trafficking? Or trafficking in persons, the same thing. Why you watch that video here? See if is it them go and do it, Shana. Right. But I'm afraid to die.
Trafficking in persons by law is a criminal offense. Those who perpetrate this crime usually do so in unsuspecting ways. It could be a friendly invitation to another part of the island or another country, or even through enticing job offers. Persons who get caught up in this web aren't necessarily naive individuals, but human traffickers are sophisticated criminals who put a lot of thought into disguising their nefarious intents.
not all persons who promise a job, etc. overseas after graduation can deliver or plan to deliver. So what they do is lure them into thinking that there's a better life somewhere else. And persons will respond to it. What they'll do is that they pay the ticket and they'll invite you up. Once you're there, they take your passports and then you're placed in servitude.
It is at this helpless stage that victims are forced into unpaid labor or prostitution. The best way to get out of these situations is not to enter them in the first place. So the authorities are cautioning persons to be more vigilant.
You are not supposed to be able to get a visa without your attending or that your parents, if you're a minor, right? So nobody is supposed to be able to legitimately give you a passport with a valid visa without you having gone through that process.
Before you even reach that stage, you should try to get answers to some very important questions once an offer has been made to you. Ask, where am I going? Where will I be staying? Who will be responsible for me? And what do I tell my family?
If you cannot give that information out of this encounter that you're offered, if you cannot give that information that can be checked, then you ought not to take it on.
I don't know where I am. They've taken all that I had.
Doreen, I'm glad I showed me this video. Remember, I want to ask man more questions because I can't let them take Sean. I don't know where she gone.
I'm glad you understand the signs of trafficking in persons. But keep watching, more information in the program.
Statistics across the world have revealed that women and children are more vulnerable to human trafficking. However,
we see young bright males, young bright females, university graduates. We have people from difficult circumstances, people in the main who have been tricked, so it varies.
I also think any person who doesn't have sufficient information so that they can assess an offer that is being made to them is vulnerable as well.
To protect all its citizens, the government has intensified its public awareness campaign. Persons are being given information to guard themselves and others against this crime.
We're going to be giving out some business card size facts on trafficking to the workers in the sector who would be exposed: customs, immigration, the police. So at a moment you get into your pocket and you have the facts, is this what I'm seeing?
We can identify persons being trafficked by certain behaviors being displayed. A person behaving unusually timid is one of the classic signs of someone being trafficked.
Persons who are leaning onto this adult, not like a parent-child kind of arrangement, but it's almost like you're kidnapped, but you are afraid to let anybody know that this is your situation. And we have to look out for those people who are moving around with no confidence.
I like what the government send out information to the people. It's stuck in my head. From now on, I'm not taking anything for granted. Thanks for showing me the video.
No problem, man. We have to share information. This is one way of ending the cycle.
This information-based strategy by the government is a cooperative approach with citizens that seeks to preserve and enhance a secure and protective environment for all. Now that we have the information, let us use it to our advantage. Our main source of protection against the trafficking in persons is to be aware of the offense.
And this Christmas will be a very special Christmas for me.
My encouragement to parents this Christmas is have a very Merry Christmas, but make it a family Christmas.
And this Christmas will be a very special Christmas.
Tessan, and I want all you young people to listen to me very carefully. Crime doesn't pay. You can do so much with your life. Don't throw it away in some gang. Stay in school and work hard for what it is you want. It's up to you. Your future will be determined by the decisions you make. Remember, a gang is a dead end.
A message from the Ministry of National Security.
It's the most wonderful time of the year, or is it? For parents and caregivers, it can be a bit stressful when the children are off from school, but it doesn't have to be. Find out now some creative ways to keep the children involved and engaged this Christmas.
Tis the season to be jolly. Oh yes, it's Christmas time again. For parents and caregivers, this season can be extremely hectic with the children on holiday, but there are ways you can get your kids involved. Almost everyone loves Christmas, especially children. They get a holiday from school and are free to indulge in succulent Christmas meals. Many look forward to singing Christmas carols and most of all receiving gifts on Christmas Day. But how can we keep them actively engaged during the holidays?
In our house, we try to make Christmas very special and fun and try to keep the kids from driving us crazy. We do baking, we bake cookies, we bake brownies.
Such activities not only keep the children engaged but aids in their overall development and create an environment to develop deeper friendships.
It gets them involved in being a part of Christmas and actually feeling responsible.
There are a number of cost-effective methods parents and caregivers can employ to ensure they get the young ones to participate in Christmas activities. So for those who have complained that money tight, try baking a potato pudding instead, or a traditional Christmas cake. Also,
you can go for walks. If you're living in the country, you can take the children for walks and it's nice and cool in the Christmas. Talk about what's happening during Christmas. You don't need to have a traditional Christmas tree. You can get a nice little ficus tree or whatever you can get, a palm tree or whatever. And one of the things that you can do is you don't need to buy Christmas decorations. You can actually make Christmas decorations, which is even more fun, and you interact with your kids. You can find little things around the house, little trinkets, little boxes and stuff.
So there are a number of things that can be done to ensure that each member of the family is engaged during the festive season. But let's focus some more on food preparation. Food is a major part of Christmas celebrations for many families, from breakfast on Christmas morning to dessert after the main meal. We caught up with some family and friends demonstrating one dish that could be used as part of your Christmas breakfast and one dessert. Today we have with us Santa Israel, Santa Raj and Santa Orion with the help of Auntie Donnet, who will be showing us a simple meal and snack to prepare just for the festive season.
Hi, I'm doing saltfish fritters, which you need saltfish of course, and you need onion, thyme, and scallion. And you need flour, black pepper, salt, and oil.
Auntie Donnet got to quickly cooking with the little Santas who were excited to share in the cooking process. Israel was indeed a little chef who knew his way around the kitchen, and his knife skills were quite sharp. Careful supervision, however, was provided by Auntie Donnet, so parents do take note. After mixing the batter for the fritters, the kids, ably guided, turned on the stove and got to frying.
Right now, that's 2 scoops, that's 2 saltfish fritters.
Right.
The more you put in there, the more saltfish fritters you're going to get. These little things are the things what make the saltfish fritters taste nice.
So who said that boys didn't like the kitchen? This Christmas encouraged them, like our little Santas, to take part in the cooking.
We tend to domesticate the girls alone and leave out the boys. It's important to bring your boys into the kitchen also so that they can become more independent and so that they can take care of themselves and not have to depend on anybody too.
Auntie Donette and the children did well with the saltfish fritters. See the outcome. Good job, guys. Now, cookies are a favorite snack for children throughout the year and also make for a great dessert or snack during the festive season.
We're going to be doing cookies. It's pre-packaged. You can get it in the supermarket. First, what we're going to do is, come on guys, we're going to do the eggs. We're going to have Raj beat the eggs. We're going to beat it like this.
Then it's going to be here that way you get out.
Right. Then we're going to have Orion pour the egg in. That's working. We're going to grease the tin with some butter. We're going to use a hand towel to get a little bit of butter. And then we're going to rub it. We're going to have Raj rub it. Rub it in. Rub it all over the thing. Get it everywhere.
A cookie cutter was then used to make festive shapes such as Christmas trees from the dough. This is a fun way to incorporate the Christmas celebrations, and children love making these cool designs.
These cookies right here are going to bake for 20 minutes. And then we're going to take them out the oven and put in these.
And after 20 minutes, voila!
These were our chocolate chip cookies. I hope you can try them at home.
Now you see, you don't need a lot of money to engage your children this Christmas. Cook with them, decorate with them, and more importantly, use these opportunities to bond with them. Happy holidays.
So tell us about the annual kettle collection by the Salvation Army. Who does it really benefit?
The kettling every year is done for various reasons. We have a children's home that we support annually every year. We feed the homeless. We have a nursing home that we support also. So when people drop the money in the kettling pan, it goes for many reasons. Every Sundays we feed the homeless downtown. You see us out there doing it. So that's what the kettling money is just for every year.
And of course, somebody just dropped some money in the kettle a while ago. So, see, we're on a good path to collecting more.
Yes, we are on a good path to collecting more money this year. For we have a wide range of projects that we want to accomplish this year and beyond.
Well, thank you very much for that information. And of course, sharing is caring. So you may want to contribute to the kettle collection by the Salvation Army.
The Jamaican government, in collaboration with the South African High Commission, will hold a memorial service in celebration of the life of the late former South African President Nelson Mandela on Thursday, December 12 at the UWI chapel starting at 2 p.m. Persons are to be seated by 1:30 p.m.
The high incidence of road crashes, especially during the holiday season, makes the issue of road safety a major concern for the government. It is too often the case that for some families, the joy and happiness of the festive season is destroyed by the horror and trauma of road fatalities. Besides the effect that the tragic passing of loved ones has on the family, traffic accidents also have a negative effect on the economy. These include loss of manpower, loss of production, loss of productive lives, and the cost of medical care. Research worldwide has shown that driver fatigue and alcohol are among the major causes of road collisions at Christmas. So here are some road safety tips that could save your life. According to road safety experts, fatigue behind the wheel is a real danger, and an obvious cause of fatigue is lack of sleep. So if you are planning a long trip, get enough rest and don't start a trip late in the day. Avoid a long drive at night. The glare of lights, both on your dashboard and outside your car, reduces the ability to see clearly and thus increases the danger. If possible, do not drive alone. Passengers can help you drive and also serve as conversation partners to keep you awake. Statistics show that alcohol is a factor in over 1/3 of all traffic crashes. If you drink, don't drive. If you plan to drink, designate a non-drinking driver. Young drivers are particularly at risk for involvement in alcohol-related crashes. If there is a young driver in your family, strictly enforce a zero-tolerance policy with alcohol. According to the Road Safety Unit of the Ministry of Transport and Works, the tragic death rate is 3 times greater at night than during the day. So if you want to drive at night, make sure that your car is properly prepared for night driving by cleaning your headlights, taillights, signal lights and windows. Have your headlights properly aimed. Misaimed headlights blind other drivers and reduce your ability to see the road properly. Avoid smoking when you drive. This can hamper night vision. Reduce your speed and increase your following distance. It is more difficult to judge other vehicles' speeds and distance at night. If you have car trouble, pull off the road as far as possible. Warn approaching vehicles by setting up reflecting triangles near your vehicle. Turn on your car's flashers and stay off the road. Losing control of your car on wet surfaces is a frightening experience. You can prevent skids by driving slowly and carefully, especially on curves. To avoid skids, keep your tires properly inflated and maintain good tread on your tires. Slow down when roads are wet and stay away from puddles.
Sorrel mixed with a tupsaram, fruit cake from Grandma, tasty ham, gungu rice and peas. I love the food at Christmas time. Here are the favorite dishes from our friends today, Outer Road.
My favorite food that I eat is rice and peas and chicken with vegetable on the side.
Rice and peas, baked chicken, curry goat, and sorrel drink.
Turkey with stuffing and rice and peas.
Rice and peas with oxtail.
Turkey? Yeah? What's wrong with that? Turkey, pigs in blankets, and lots of gravy.
When I'm in Jamaica, my favorite food is stew peas and rice.
For me, I like everything. I like ham, barbecue chicken, pork, everything. But my favorite is like ackee and saltfish, and I love sorrel with enough ginger.
That's it for Jamaica Magazine today. Thanks to all friends at the Salvation Army who shared with us today. Be sure to drop some money wherever you see the Kettles 4 collection. It's for a worthy cause. Thanks also to our friends at Devon House for accommodating us. This is a fun place to come and relax during the holidays and get some what? Ice cream, that's correct, while you're at it. Remember to stay informed about all things Jamaican by clicking on to our website, jis.gov.jm, plus keep connected through our social media via our Facebook and Twitter pages. I'm Adrian Atkinson, and on behalf of the entire production team here at the JIS, have yourselves a wonderful evening.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.